We're still getting started, so no worries, right? I'll just go over just briefly what I mentioned, just in case if the volume was muted because my mic was not plugged in. Like I said, I just wanted to thank everybody that has reached out to me over the last 24 hours, both in Discord, on YouTube. Had a lot of people in the chat last night congratulating me, as well as in the comments after the video uploaded the last 24 hours. We have such an awesome community here, so many supportive people. So, like I said, if you're looking to just join an awesome community of like-minded individuals that will keep you up when you're down, congratulate you on your wins, help you on your losses, everything like that, definitely consider joining our Discord group chat. We got like 40 of us in there now, and definitely consider subscribing to the channel. We got 440, 450 somewhere in there of us. And like I said, I'm just repeating everything because I don't know if the entire thing was muted with this app because my mic wasn't plugged in. But like I said, if we had 500 subscribers before the end of the year, I'm going to pick somebody in a stream that's in the chat to send Grant Cardone's Millionaire Booklet, Crushing It by Gary Vaynerchuk, and Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. With that being said, let's finally get to what was really an awesome day for the stock market overall, right? Go ahead and bring some of this stuff in a little bit. Didn't know that my window was messed up. Maybe. Come on. There we go. I'm really OCD about my windows. But overall, really nice day for the stock market. You can see SPY was up 2 1/3%. XOP still getting. It had actually a decent day. Did oil go up? I thought oil was down overall today. Looks like oil actually rebounded a little bit. It hit a low of about $50. $50 is acting as a really, really strong support right now. Still pretty close to being broke. I do think ultimately it's going to break down and go down to about $40, $45 long term. You guys know I'm pretty bearish on oil overall. And XOP, I mean, literally my first trades are going to be within XOP. I mentioned in the title of this video, I paid off my last little bit of debt today. So I'm completely debt-free finally. It's an awesome feeling for sure. Finally, after such a long time, I'll probably have a video that just goes over every single debt I had, how long it took, the stupid mistakes I made along the way. That'll be a future video. So definitely be on the lookout for that video for those of you that are into the debt-free journey stuff. But this is literally, you guys know, XOP and Apple and SPY. Those are like my main three that I love to play, be it for iron condors, be it for vertical spreads, any term like of option, calls, puts, anything. So to hop into just like the whole point of the video, how do you determine if a trade is actually tradable? How do you determine that whole potential for profit? Wow, Apple's up to 181, 182. That is awesome. But so I mean, let's start out with Apple even for an example. So 2 days out, not worth messing with. Let's go ahead and go out to the 9-day. Let's go ahead and do a short put vertical spread because let's see, 9 days. Yeah, let's do a short put vertical spread and see what we can get for a premium, and then we'll start breaking down how to determine if the trade is tradable, if it's worth your time, if it's worth your money, if it's worth like just the whole 9 yards, putting the whole package together. So overall, you guys know I'm still pretty bullish on Apple overall. I mean, I think that 170 to 175 was the max pain in all honesty. So what we're looking at with the short put vertical spread is we want to make sure that these are going to stay in the, like this trade is going to stay quote unquote in the money. So instead of looking at a low potential for profit when we're doing the short call vertical spread, we're doing a short put, meaning we're gonna want it to be pretty close to 90%. So I can settle with 85 and 88. So what I would do is I would go up to this 167.50 and 170 strike. So you can see our potential for profit, POP, like I put in the thumbnail. POP just stands for potential of profit, essentially. So 88% chance of collecting, like I always say, you're never going to get the exact price or whatever, the midpoint. So just go down to $21. You have an 88% chance on collecting $21 off of your $229 investment before all your commissions and fees. So you're around $19. You're around $19 off of a $231 investment. Not too bad if you ask me. So we'll just round up here. We'll say $19 divided by 232. Like I said, just rounding up, make it easy. So you're talking just over 8% profit in 8-9 days. So you're talking roughly a percent a day. So again, this is just the simple formula I use over and over and over to determine whether a trade is worth placing. This trade to me is pretty much dead on what I would want. You're talking roughly 1% a day, which is what I tell you guys should probably be roughly your goal. 3 to 5% a day, 3 to 5% a week, which would equal what? Roughly 0.5% to 1% a day of consistent gains when you break it down. Like I said, if you want to keep breaking it down, just divided by 9 days, you're talking pretty much, like I said, right around 1% a day, and that would equal to roughly 5% in a week, so on and so on and so on. So that's obviously a criteria. Criteria number one, can we make around 1%, 0.5% to 1% at least percent of profit a day? Check. Is our potential for profit 70% or higher? Double check. Like I said, for me, it's probably going to be closer to 75% or higher now. So still double check. I mean, awesome. 88%, awesome. Almost a 9 out of 10 chance on being a profitable trade. And does just the trade make sense? Am I willing to put forward $231 to collect 19? Yes, I am. Again, like I said, always think about percentages. Don't think in terms of dollars. But let's be real. Is anyone going to want to put forward like $50 to collect 73 cents or a dollar? No. But at the same time, you have to kind of be realistic with your account size. So always keep that in mind, of course. Let me check our stream really quick. Got 2 of you tuning in. Let me know, by the way, if the stream is having issues. It's showing me that the stream quality is not the best. So definitely let me know. Give me an update on that. I greatly appreciate it. But so like this trade, for example, good solid trade. This is probably a trade that I would consider doing once I fund my account, possibly starting this week, next week for sure. So I'll go ahead and just get this order out of the way. Another one I do, XOP. And I'm just going to kind of just break down, again, just show you guys, because I go over the same stuff a lot, but what I realize is I never broke down just the exact process of just what I go through whenever I'm looking at possibly submitting these trades that I will be starting to submit here, like I said, possibly as soon as this week, if not next week for sure. So again, we're going to go ahead and go out to the 9-day, same thing with XOP. We're not bullish on XOP, so we're not going to do a short put vertical spread. We're going to go ahead and look at a short call, and then we'll possibly look at an iron condor as well. So with a short call vertical spread, I'm bearish, obviously, on the position. And what am I going to look for? I'm going to look for roughly that 10-15 max percent, 10 to 15% chance of being in the money by the end of my 9-day period. Thanks a lot, Josh. Appreciate it. Let me know, by the way, how the stream's working for you, too. So what I'm going to do, again, I always want to look at my potential being in the money. So I'd be willing to come down here to the $35 strike or even the $35.50 strike. So let's just play with them. I mean, that's what I do at the end of the day is I sit here and play with them. My potential for profit, 79%. That's what I look for right off the bat. If it's not, like I said, 70 to 75% or higher, not even going to mess with it anymore, period. End of story. So this one we have roughly an 8 out of 10 chance of this being a profitable trade. Check. Our profit, we're going to collect roughly $9 on a $41 investment. Okay, not bad. So after commissions and fees, we're talking $6.73 off of a $43.27 investment. So then what I'm going to do is come over here, pull out my fancy calculator, and divide. I take my potential for profit. This is how you calculate your profit for those that are new, because I know we have a lot of new people tuning in. You always take what you're going to collect divided by the collateral, your investment that you're putting up. So 673 divided by your 43.27, should have just rounded up here, but whatever, is going to be 15.5, just over 15.5% profit per day in 9 days. Awesome. This is an awesome trade. Yes, this is ideal. One of the trades I wouldn't say go all in, obviously, but this is an awesome trade. Divide that by 9 days. What do we have? 1.7%, almost 2% profit per day over a 9-day period. So definitely not bad for sure. Definitely a trade that I would place. And just to give you guys a little insight on how it's going to look here in the next week, 52 at the max whenever I finally start getting the account loaded up. With this trade, I'm super confident in it. You guys know I'm bearish on oil overall. Had a nice little day today. I look for it to cool back off. It might even go up again tomorrow. It might retest 34. I mean, let's pull up the chart of XOP just recently. We have it pulled up already. So we'll pull up the 10-day chart first. So I'm saying it could even retest 34. But look at all the resistance it's going to have. 34 was a really strong support. So what's it going to become now? A really strong resistance. It's going to have a little bit of trouble right around where it is right now, right around 33. It's going to probably pass it, come up to around 30. Like I said, right around 34. After it breaks 33, it's going up to roughly 34. It just is. Does that mean it's going to happen tomorrow? No, but I think it's going to try to push up to 34 before getting rejected and going lower. So that is why overall I'm super confident in this position, and what I'd be willing to do is probably do about a $200 to $300 investment on this trade. So you can see in roughly how many days? 9 days, I'm gonna collect $47 off of just a $300 investment. So like I always tell you guys, the more that you get, the more profit, like the more that you put toward these iron condors, vertical spreads, the more from a percentage standpoint you're going to make, because your fees and whatnot are going to be slightly lower. So if we took that 40, let's just round down, 47 divided by, and we'll say 303, do it on the low end, 47 divided by 303, again, you're talking, actually it's about the same on this one. Either way, 15.5% profit still in roughly 9 days. I will not complain about that one bit. Awesome trade, to say the least. So that's just the process that I do time and time again. This is realistically a trade I'd place. I mean, just think about it. Could you use, like, not even just for people that are trying to ultimately like build the financial freedom and build their accounts to thousands, hundreds of $1,000s, like my dream is, that's going to happen. Like, just for anyone that's even looking for just extra money, even could, like, you use an extra $45, $50 a week. Obviously you need to save a little for taxes and all that good stuff, but I mean, could you use an extra $50 a week, $200 a month, just by doing simple, safe trades, using a consistent process that works time and time again? And like I said, I'm going to show you guys straight up. I might make my first deposit into this account again on Friday, possibly. If not, for sure next Friday, which means here within the next week and a half at the most, you're going to be literally watching it's not going to be just a bunch of what if anymore. I mean, I'm actually going to be submitting these trades. I'm going to show you guys how they play out, and we'll see how much premium and how much this whole potential for profit and how this formula works. I think it's going to work tremendously. It worked pretty good until I submitted a horrible trade that went completely against what I have been saying. I did a Starbucks iron condor that went against my rules. It had like a 66% chance of profit. I was like, you know what? It's close enough. Close enough doesn't cut it whenever it comes to your investments. So like I said, just always have ground rules. Am I saying that my ground rules should be the same as yours? No. I'm just saying for my situation, what I plan on doing in the years to come, I want 70 to 75% or higher potential for profit, and I want to be able to collect at least roughly 1% of profit a day. This one would give me almost 2% profit a day, which is why I would feel super confident in doing this trade. I have a pretty much 80% chance on making roughly 2% profit a day. I'll take those odds almost any day of the week. And I mean, again, you could sit here, say you're like, well, 79 is not quite enough for me. Okay, then go ahead and play with it a little more. So you'd see here, again, you're not ever going to get, you might get that one. But we'll just lowball and say you're only going to get a $5 premium on that per each position. You popped it up to 83%. Anything over 80%, awesome chance. I would take anything over 80% in all honesty. But again, you're going to be putting up a little more collateral, and you're going to be collecting a little less premium, almost half the premium in this case, over 4% potential for profit. That's why, to me, again, you just got to play around with it, and you got to think, does it really make sense just to gain 4% chance of profit, to put up about $30 more in collateral, to also only get about half, a little under half actually, of what you could get just off of a 4% chance higher. That's just my 2 cents. Like I said, it's all about just playing around with the numbers, figuring out what your ground rules are, and just trial and error, figuring out what works, what doesn't work, studying what other successful traders do, and networking with a bunch of like-minded individuals also helps, which is why I definitely suggest you guys joining our awesome Discord group chat, which is totally free too. That's in the description box. See how we're doing. Shows the stream's doing well. We got 3 viewers tuning in. Hopefully you guys are having a good day. Like I said, let me get a quick drink. Sorry about that. Like I said, I just wanted to, I know I said this at the beginning of the stream, but we only had like 1 of you tuning in. I just wanted to thank everybody for like all the congratulations and whatnot that I've received over the last 24 hours, from Discord group chat to people that were in the stream last night, and people that have commented on the video on YouTube after it uploaded. Definitely appreciate you guys so much. Man, my throat hurts. Definitely appreciate you guys a bunch, and for all the support you guys have given the channel over the last year or so. Coming up on a year actually since I like started doing investing, trading type of videos, so that's gonna be awesome. Like I said too, if we can somehow get to 5, we've been stuck on 442 now for like almost a week. So I mean, if we can, like I said, if we can break through to 500 before the end of the year, I'm gonna do a special stream to give away Grant Cardone. I'm looking at them all. That's why I keep like pointing and looking. Grant Cardone's Millionaire booklet, Gary Vaynerchuk's Crushing It, and I'm throwing in a 3rd book, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. All awesome books that you definitely need to read if you're wanting to just grow your mind and learn how to achieve financial freedom. So, like I said, as you guys know, XOP, Apple, SPY as well. I haven't been hitting SPY SPY as much lately, but I mean, let's go ahead and play it just for giggles. So, IV rank is still pretty high, right around 32, 33. Not super high, but definitely not low by any means. Historically, it stays around 16 roughly. So, I mean, double still what it usually is. So, in this case, I'm a little bullish on SPY. Short term, I'd be a little bearish. Had a really nice day today. Looks like it's cooling off a little bit. But overall, I'd be willing to do like a short put vertical spread on this one. Since the good thing about SPY is you have so many days you can pick from. You can do as little as 2 days. You can do, I mean, you can even do 1 days in some cases. But those are lottery tickets, especially when you're doing calls and puts and whatnot. But in this case, I'd probably be happy doing like a 5 or 7 day. Again, just play around with the numbers and see what works out best. But just for this video and for this example, we're going to do the 5 day. So since we're a little bullish, we're going to do the short put vertical spread, of course. And I actually haven't gotten a good look at SPY for like the last week or so. Let's go ahead and see if it'll load up. Okay, so we're right around what's going to be a pretty strong resistance, right around 274 to 275. I think 270 is going to start to act kind of as a support again. We broke down to 262 again recently. I still think 270 is going to be a decent support level. So I'd be willing to do for this, again, keep in mind it's a 5 day trade. So I mean, it's not super long term or anything. But I'd be willing to go down to like 269. It's pretty close to the 80% range, 80%, 76. If you wanted to, you could even cheat it up $1 more. It's 268. You have a 78% chance of profit. And again, look here. This is nothing you need to pay attention to, because sometimes you can get yourself a higher potential of profit and your max loss and max profit don't change. Look here. Well, your max profit changes by a couple dollars. But that's again where you have to think, do I want to give up a few dollars, possible couple percent of profit to have a couple percent higher chance of collecting all that premium? Or do I maybe want to go ahead and give up just a few percent, 74% chance, which is still a decent chance, good chance, definitely within my criteria. I would consider doing this trade. Either this trade or, like I said, cheat it up to 267, 268 if you wish. So right here we're talking, you're going to collect $14 off of an $86 investment, roughly. We'll just round up 14 out of 87. So $14 divided by $87 investment, 16% profit in 5 days. Awesome. Divide that by 5 days. Boom. 3.2% profit per day. So seeing that, I'm like, okay, 3%, that's nice. Submit the trade if you want. Me, what I'm going to do is say, okay, now what if I wanted to go ahead and cheat this up, like I said, to 268 and 267. So again, we're not going to get 13, I'll probably get 12. So I see, okay, 9.7 out of 90. So we're just going to say 10 and 91. So $10 off of a $91 investment. Boom, 10.1 or 10.1. Pretty much 11% profit in 5 days. So what I'm going to do, again, divide that by 5. Bam. Still 2.2% profit. This is the trade I would submit. Why? Because like I said, I want to get at least 1% a day, but I still want to have the most chance of not, like the trade not going against me as possible. So by giving up just about, what was it, 0.5% to 1% a day, I'm having a higher chance, higher probability of the trade going in my favor. Not by a lot, 4 to 5%, but it's all about the security at the end of the day. You just have to kind of level out how much risk you can take on. Can you sit at the computer all day and watch your trade? Can you check it more frequently than most people? Like me, I can't really check it all day. I can check it a couple times a day, but I can't be like sitting on my phone every 5-10 minutes like I used to be able to for the longest time. So I'm doing trades that are a little more conservative, but I'm still gaining. That was a 2%, just over 2% a day trade. Do 2%, like I was saying last night. Pull up a compounding calculator, take $1,000 investment and compound it by 2% a day, every single day, and watch how your account mathematically explodes. We did this last night. Clint was in here. He did it. He pulled it up on a compound interest calculator, and he said I believe we did $1,000 on 1% compounded every single day for a whole year, and the $1,000 went to like 13,000 in just a year. So just imagine if you double that to 2%, where your account can go from there. So I definitely suggest you guys look into a compound interest calculator. There's a bunch on the Apple App Store and Google Play, but a lot of them are, like I mentioned last night, yearly compound interest calculators. So, but yeah, this trade, SPY, I'm probably going to look at a little bit more too once I kind of start hopping in this a little bit more. So like I said, I really like this trade too. So again, let's do like an example of a trade that I would put on. So $38 off of a $361 investment. Again, 10 to 11% profit there. Not bad. For 5 days, by the way. So again, multiply that by 4. Could you use $160 extra a month? Or growing your account by 160 and then 320, blah, 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 every single month. Just, you can see how your account will start to just compound as long as you do safe trades. That's the thing about this community and this channel. We don't necessarily go into a bunch of sophisticated stuff. I mean, to some people it is. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty overwhelming when you're first learning, and I understand. But, like, we're not teaching you any get rich quick. We're not teaching you anything. I mean, there's super risky stuff. I mean, you guys know I like putting on a little risk from time to time. That's how I lost a whole bunch of money whenever I first started. But I mean, we mess with long calls and long puts and all that stuff. Like, let's say you think stock market's gonna go down within the next couple of days, which would not be a surprise after a $6 up day on SPY. I would do the 274. I would do the 274 put. 274 put. But again, 30. The thing with these, you don't plan on holding these very long at all. Especially this one. It's only 5 days out. That's why your potential for profit sucks. Less than 50%. But these are the ones that, as a lot of people know, like Josh, I know Josh does these quite often. Max profit, max loss. That's what a lot of people look at when they're trading these. I mean, the fact that you can make 20, obviously that's like not going to happen. You have a better chance, more likely on winning the lottery than that happening. But the fact that you could possibly make 27 grand off of a $239 investment gets people excited. So I understand why people do it, but you got to keep in mind these trades, again, are for the people that can sit there, have pretty much minute by minute, like up-to-date information. That way they can get in a trade and get out of a trade possibly within just a couple of minutes. These trades are awesome. They can get you really good gains, but you definitely have to have a high risk tolerance, and you have to know when to cut them and when to take your money and run. So, like I said, we don't really go over anything like super crazy get rich quick here or anything like that. We just do the slow and steady because slow and steady always wins the race at the end of the day. A lot of people think 0.5% to 1% to 2% a day is boring. You know what I say? It works. It shows to work. Not even just like with me. Obviously, I haven't even like hopped in completely yet. You guys know here in the next week, this week, next week, I'm going to be starting to finally go in big time here and invest about $1,000 a month, roughly, more or less. So the fun will begin, and we'll finally see how it works. Like I said, you guys know the ultimate goal is to get back on here doing the live streams every single day for you guys, and that is the ultimate goal. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this stream up because I know the girlfriend will be getting home soon. My dog's scratching at the door, so he must know she's getting ready to get home as well. So hopefully you guys have a good night. Like I said, thanks to everybody for all the support and all the congratulations that you guys were wishing me and whatnot the other day.